Today I want to go over how to create calendar events as a staff member and also how to review other events created by other members or also the events submitted by community members, how to edit them, view them, and also post them. So from the front page of the website, go to the address bar and type in /wp-admin, and that'll bring you to the admin console. If you're not already logged on, it'll prompt you to log in. And once you're logged in and you see the dashboard, on the left side here, click on Events. When you click on that, you will see all the events on the calendar. Now you can see I have one event in draft here that I actually submitted from the public site. That's why it says Public Test. And on the top here, you can see ways to filter out the list. So by default, you're going to see all the events. Once this gets going, this is going to be a lot of events to look at. You can also filter out by just looking at the events that you've created. You can also see what's been published. And for people wanting to review what's been submitted, here's the draft filter. So if I click on that, I can see just what's been submitted by other people that need reviewing. That I can click on the quick edit so I can see the quick details. I can make edits to it right here. I can also then hit the preview button, which will show it to me on the website to see what it'll look like. If I click the edit button, it'll open up the full editor, which I can go make changes in as well. If it's ready to be published because I approved it and I saw everything looks good, I can click on the quick edit button, and over here on the right side where it says status, I can hit the publish button, and then when I hit update, this will now be published on the website. To create a new event, I simply click the add new from the top here or from the left side on the menu here, and then I can go through and I can give my event a title. Oops, let's spell that correctly. Write in a description. I can also add images to it. I can add a contact form if I wanted to. Don't really need that right there, so I'm going to hit delete. Down here, I'm going to click on this to change the date and time of it. By default, it's going to be the date that you are creating it. So click on the date and the time for when the event starts and ends. Or you can make it an all-day event as well. So here it also shows you a preview. This event is from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on January 4th, 2020. Under location, you can click here and type in a venue, or if it's a venue that's already been submitted before, you can select from a previously used venue. This information will have the address and venue information saved with it, so that way when people view it on the website, they can see the location of it. So it's not just the name of the venue, but it's also the address as well. You can also add an organizer for the event. So it could be an organization, it could be an individual, but this is where you would put who's organizing that event. You can put a website for the event as well. So if there's a website with more information, you submit it here. If the event does cost money, we do want to go ahead and add a $sign there and say maybe it's $5 for the event, whatever it happens to be. That is something that you should share if it is going to cost something to go there. For excerpt, this is an optional field. By default, it's just going to take the first couple of lines of the long description and use it as an excerpt. If you want to put something specific or more concise in there, you can type it in here. We're going to leave alone the custom fields. We're also going to leave alone discussion. We want to leave these unchecked because as a policy, we're not allowing comments on the website. You can also change who you're attributing the creation of this to. By default, it's going to be you as the writer. If, for say, you have to write it for somebody else because they're not able to get a computer, you can always change it for them. Now on the right here, we have the publish area. So it shows the listing. Right now it's in draft settings, so we can save the draft. So if I'm not done editing, I can always come back and edit later. I can preview it to see what it's going to look like on the website. We can change when it's going to publish, just like a regular article, but usually for calendar stuff, you want that to come out right away. We can add tags to it. We can also add event categories, which we currently aren't using either of those right now, but we can add those in the future. I can also hit my edit button. I can say, make this pending preview and hit OK. And now when I save as pending, and I go back to the events list, I'll see I have a draft here and I have a pending. So draft means that, maybe I'm still working on it. Pending means, hey, this needs immediate review by somebody, so please go back and check it. And again, you see that it's created another category up here, so I can just filter out to the pending articles if I wanted to. Now, because as a staff member I have the rights to do it, I could also just say publish it and it's going to go live right away. So if I hit publish, it's now on the website as an active event. And when I come back to my events tab here, I can see that is now as a published event. Or if I want to get rid of it, I can hit the trash button and send it bye-bye. I can select multiple items at once and move those to the trash or edit them. Now, the only way to do a bulk action to make things active is if I click on them and click on the bulk actions and select edit and then apply. I can now come over here and I can either change the author, I can change whether comments are allowed or not, but we're leaving those to no. I can change the status to multiple events at one time. So I can go ahead and say published, and this would make all of them published, or make them all private, make them all pending, etc., etc. So this is how I would have to go through and do that. So if I did have a bunch that were needing review or pending or in draft that I wanted to publish, I would have to select all those first, and then I can go ahead, click on the edit, apply, and then come here, hit publish, and then hit the update button, and that will publish those events. So that's a quick overview of how to review events that have been submitted by other people, how to edit them, how to create them, and how to publish them to the website.